This is to state that we are a holy nation, but we have been attacked on every side by the unholy people. But we are a holy nation. And I say it again, we are a holy nation. It's no accident. They say that 80% of the enslaved Africans that came to America was from the Cape Coast of Ghana. 80%. And you also hear people, educated people in Ghana saying that they came from Egypt or that parts, or for the north parts, or even from what you call Northeast Africa, Babylon, and Samaria, now called Iraq, Iran, Assyria, Jordan, and so forth. So that's connection. And it's no mistake that the leading Black Masonic, Black person, the Masonic organization, English speaking, white Masonic, is the former president of Ghana. And you even the chief of the Ashanti is a Mason. And when he talk about they're building a volcano in Ghana, and you know he had an ankh on his finger and on his hand. So Black people is connected with Egypt and Ghana. You see the connection, and it's no secret about the year of return happening in Ghana. And the United States, even Trump signed the proclamation of, I think it's HR 400 or something, commemorating the 400 years enslavement of Black people. There's connection. Egypt, Ghana, and African American. And even Gambia. It's strange why that little country, Gambia, is only about 30 miles wide and about, I don't know, 300 miles long. It's very small, the smallest country on the continent of Africa. And why? And the only reason for its existence is because the British wanted to hold on to the control of the Gambia River. And the French, and they refused to concede it to France because of the Gambia River. So all around Gambia are French-speaking countries. But the British hold on to the Gambia River, and they concede all the other countries to France, like Senegal or Senegambia. And why that little small country, so many Black African Americans going back to that country. Now that could be a spiritual thing, but in Ghana it could be is a spiritual and thing also. But it's Masonic is in the mix of that. Now there's a lot of things I'm going to consider also about the millionaires. They say there's 7 millionaires. But they say Dr. Dre have a billion dollar, not millionaire, billionaires. They said Dr. Dre have a billion dollar suit. His wife, a billion dollar suit. Well, how could there be a $1 billion suit and yet they're not considered Dr. Dre a billionaire? So there's something, they want to give a few people credit for being a billionaire, but they don't want to give too much credit. That's why Kanye West had to fight to be on the list of a billionaire. See, there's a plan to their madness. They want to give David a few to give the illusion that the United States is not racist. Everybody have opportunity, but they don't want it too much because then that would inspire other black people. You see? So they have a dilemma. They have a dilemma. The same as when Obama became president. Now, he didn't do nothing for black people, but they use him like almost like a mascot. And to go to Africa to try to influence African leaders to accept homosexuality. But that was a dilemma because they used him for one reason, but they said, well, it will make black people certainly have a sense of importance or inspiration and will make Caucasian people feel inferior. So they had a dilemma. The same as immigration during 1965. Before 1965, it was hard for immigrants to come from the Caribbean or any black nation. Africa was very hard, just a trickle. But during the 60s, they had what was called long hot summers. All throughout the 60s, they was waiting for the long hot summer where black people was rioting. So they had a dilemma. So why all of a sudden they let Caribbean people come in? It will seem that that is the wrong time. They would add to the population of black people, increase the black population. Huh? So they had a dilemma. Would they let people from the Caribbean, African come in at that time, explosive time, to increase it? Or would they have a plan to select certain black people to come in to undermine and confuse and grow a wedge between the unity of the black people in America? Hmm? So they have a dilemma. So it's like a gamble. The same as integration. White people were talking about integration because before that, and they would say there's a development, a nation within the nation. Black people was unified as a nation almost. So they said they had to cut that out. So what did they do? Integration. Was talk of integration before Martin Luther King. So and you think that the idea was all black people. That's the way in psychology. How do you think they teach animals to dance? They wait till a dog or whatever, a bird, even a bird, make a certain move, and it's a tedious situation. And when they make a certain move with their foot, they reward it. Rewarded with a cracker or whatever, a feed for a bird, that's a reward. That's more important than money. A bird don't have any use for money. So rewarded with a piece of crumb. And then every time the bird make another move, they reward, and before you know it, the bird is dancing. And sometimes it's maybe a tedious situation. And the same thing they do with rapper. They did not first go and tell the rappers to make certain songs that are detrimental. Or what they do, sit in the cut. And when they make that move, was usually Jewish people, and make that lyrics, they reward them for that with crumbs again. And other black people, they see how they was rewarded by certain lyrics. They come on board. They're from a poor background, and it was exciting to them. They could be on top of the other black people. Same as, like they call the boule, to put them in class up top of other black people. And they feel great about that. If somebody look down upon other black people. So it's all a trick. It's all a trick bag. The same thing where they where during the 60s, before the 1960s, the most staple family in America was the black family. And they credit that with the black woman. They said the Negro woman at that time. Patrick Moynihan wrote a book showing some of the weakness of the black family, and it was to get white people on code to help break down the black family. You think that it was a book to help black? No, because before that book, most of the black family had it was married, or at least it was raised by two people, adults in the family, male and female. No, in 1960s. So they say that they realized that, so they made a plan how to break up the black family. Mhm. That's when the same in the 1960s, the same time they also 1967 do away with the miscegenation laws. They do away with the miscegenation laws. Now a white man can marry a black woman, a black man was open to marry the Caucasian woman. I was became wide open, and it went wow. And you think that this is all these were black people's ideas? No, as the Bible said, the woman would bruise our head. And mentally, our heads have been bruised. Mentally. And it's still it's worse even today because they have more tools to do it. TV and so forth, the media now become even more sophisticated. But this is the time we are breaking out of that. We are breaking out of that manipulation of the mind. And they open up, they open up colleges and more schools for black people to go into, the different colleges now. And black males go into there and come out fruity sometime. And the black women go in there and become out lesbians or all mixed up, feminism, all that kind of, they become mixed with that, them, and ideas. So be careful. This is a time of our awakening.